Shalom. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rahakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who do rule well. And peace and mercy to the hopeful elect, the 144,000 men that are doing this work in sincerity and in truth across the four corners of earth. Much love to the one-third and the innumerable multitude of you believers out there. I'm the brother Yeshaya, and I pray, Lord willing, that this lesson is edifying through the Spirit. All right, I don't want to make it seem like I'm about to bash something that I was reading over because this is a disclaimer. I very much see the value in what he was saying. All right. Now the thing is, like, listening to people in the world or reading things from people in the world. The Lord has given us a spiritual eye to be able to remove uh, a one-sided, one-eyed biased. Now we are single-minded about things, right? We have a single eye about looking at things. We're focused on the things, the prophecies. We're focused on what Yahweh Bashmiel Shai has determined is righteous and what we should be doing. But the Lord has also given us balance to be able to see the wisdom and some of the things that people say and portray, but also realize that that's ultimately not going to be their salvation. And so I just wanted to say that disclaimer because I don't want to seem like I'm bashing God, because I do believe that this is a good idea, but it's about how far things can take you. All right. So I'm not going to get too much into it. But I was, because, at first I had a whole different video lined up through the Spirit, but I started, y'all know I like to read my articles and stuff, and sometimes I get financial. I got different ones that I like to watch. I got financial ones, I got technology ones, I got current events, different things like that, just to keep up with, but I had this article by his name is Nicholas Marine, and this is actually from today, December 26th. It says why Robert Kiyosaki says buy silver ASAP, even if you have little money. So if y'all don't know who Robert Kiyosaki is, I've done a lesson or two on him before too. He's uh, the author of Rich Dad Poor Dad, right? So that was a very famous book. I believe I was in high school when that came out. Rich Dad Poor Dad, and I believe he's an Israelite personally. I think he's a Ammonite foreigner, right? Who just figured out how to understand the game of finances. And so now, as we are going into this year of 2025, this is his MO. And I mean, he's been talking about this for quite some time, because like I said, I did another lesson on him maybe about 6 months ago, I would say. But he's talking about buying silver. Okay, he has a big proponent now for pushing silver. All right, so let me get a scripture, and then I'm gonna come back to some of this article. But the reason why I said that there was wisdom in it, because obviously the silver that is a wise idea to get. Right, I even own some silver now. All right, I'm not gonna get into the values of it, but you can even have junk silver, but he's talking about silver bullions, silver coins, and I know even the Apostle Har was he talks about this every now and then, every blue moon he'll talk about having silver coins. So that's what I'm saying. I see the wisdom in it 100%. It's just that the thing is that has as far as people in the world are concerned, that has a limited shelf life. There's a limited supply of that. Limited. It's only so much you can carry. It's only so much you can take with you. It's only so much you can use. Okay. So let's see here. I'll come back to those. I'll use those a little bit later. All right. So let me get this one. And this is talking about wisdom in this one. I'm not gonna read the whole thing. I'm gonna just jump to the point. This is Job 28:15. It says, "It cannot be gotten for gold, neither shall silver be weighed for the price thereof." So this is talking about wisdom. It's saying like you can't gold and silver can't purchase this, right? You can't make an exchange. You can't make a transaction for what silver. I mean, for what wisdom is. Like you can put all the gold in the world on a scale, and a person who has the wisdom of Yahweh Shema Shai has far more value than all of that gold, right? It even says that the Lord said He's going to make us a man of a wedge of a gold of Ophir. So a man is likened unto the finest gold. Why is that? Because of the wisdom that's attached to that through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai. So that's what I mean, because the scriptures do say money answereth all things and money is a defense. So we understand that aspect. However, this is not a solution to all of your troubles. You know, this is not going to fix everything about you. And and I'm not saying that he's saying that this is going to be fixing all of his problems. I think he's saying that it's a help. So I understand that too. But the problem with this society, with the American society, is they have grown completely reliant on the mentality that their things and their wealth can save them from all of their problems, right? There's nothing there about faith to be able to save you from a terrible situation. Okay. Let me read this here. This is Psalms 119:72. It says, "The law of thy mouth is better unto me than thousands of gold and silver." You see that? So this is King David, right? "The law of thy mouth is better unto me than thousands of gold and silver." So if you have people out here collecting thousands, could you imagine that? Thousands of silver and gold, like that's a lot. That's heavy. To have thousands of silver and thousands of gold, that's going to be heavy. Like, and then y'all gotta understand, coins are metal. Those are made of precious metal. Silver and gold is metal. Okay, like yeah, can they be melted and forged into different things? But just because it's liquid metal doesn't make it not metal. But once it's hardened enough for you to carry, that's pure weight. Okay, so imagine having thousands of silver. That's not going to be an easy thing to carry. Mind you, let's assume it's Jacob's trouble and you're trying to carry thousands of silver, thousands of gold and silver. That's going to be a very weighted journey. And then, like I said, let's assume. So to me, I'm assuming you have maybe another bag that you just might carry some like how like people be a pilgrim on the earth. If y'all notice, always in them pilgrim pictures, Jake always got a book bag on. Because when you're a pilgrim, like you might find a bag, and you might be like, all right, I just see a cut. You might run in the store, and it might be like some cans of beans and tissue in there or something. So you just throw a couple things in a bag, just because you see it and you ran into it. Lord might have blessed you with something, so you carry that bag with you. So imagine having thousands of silver and gold trying to keep you from being hurt or harmed. Yeah, it might help you in certain situations, but somebody in the world, they can get robbed. All right, it can be too heavy and then they throw it away anyway. It could not be a currency that's in use. People could say, "Hell no, we ain't taking that." They in that time, people would rather want tissue or food rather than silver or gold. In many cases, right? The CHIP may have been implemented. They might say you got to have that. It's a plethora of things. Now, like I said, it's wisdom to have it. You know, I'm not even telling you not to buy it. Shit, I'm gonna be real. I will even buy some more. But don't how do I forget what the word? Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Don't bank on it thinking that this is going to be a saving grace for you. And I know we here in the truth, we don't believe that, but that's what the people in the world believe, and that's going to be harming to their mentality when I find out it's not going to help them. All right, so let me go back here to this article. Mind you, this article is on Go Banking Rates. I think that's the name of this magazine, Go Banking Rates. All right. And so here it says gold and silver have been long considered as hedge investments against inflation, particularly as both hold intrinsic value across a variety of real world applications and are relatively scarce. So we have a scarcity, right, which is going to drive up demand, which is going to drive up price. Okay, so it's a hedge investment against inflation because things are going up, man. Everything is getting expensive. You see, and so so it is a good warning to take heed to, right? But don't be people out here gonna be if you got a bag full of silver and gold and somebody got a loaf of bread and your ass ain't ate in fucking a month. People like, what you got? He was like, here, man, you can take, even though the smart thing would be able to give him a couple coins for that silver and gold, all right? But if they be like, I want that whole bag of silver and gold, and you can have this loaf of bread. They be like, well, can I buy one or two? He be like, no, either you buy the whole loaf or none. Somebody might give up that bag, man. That bag of silver and gold, man, for one loaf of bread, which a loaf of bread is cost a few dollars. You see, and one silver coin, it's usually about $30 and up. I would say usually about $35, somewhere in that range for a silver coin right now. You know, and it might even going up. I haven't checked it. I know it says something about the price of it on this article, but I haven't bought any in quite some time. It says, let me see here. It says, I don't gotta use that part. It says, the sentiment was reinforced by Jared Walker, owner operator of Fluidic Metals, who told Go Banking Rates people should believe in silver's value because of its real world use cases. The more that it is consumed by the industry, particularly tech, as well as people investing in it themselves, the less availability we will be seen on the market. This will drive value upwards. Robert Kiyosaki is bullish on silver. So, if you know anything about stocks and crypto and things like that, bullish means to be for and a purchase to make to go up in value. All right, bearish means it's going down. So he's saying bullish is telling you to buy, buy, buy. Bearish is sell, sell, sell. All right, it says finance guru Robert Kiyosaki of Rich Dad Poor Dad fame recently took to X to advise his audience on the matter of buying silver bullion. I hate to say this, I think I got to sneeze too. Excuse me, hold on one second. Excuse me. He said, I hate to say this, but the banking crash Jim Rickards, Jim Rogers, Ray Dalio, and I have been warning you about has started. Even if you have very little money, you may still be able to profit from this crash. All you need is a few extra dollars because you can still afford to buy a few real silver coins before silver doubles and triples. Now, I do believe that that's a stern financial warning. So like I said, I see the wisdom in it, right? But these people go and they think they're preparing their bunkers. They'll think they about to get shit, book bags full of this and spending like crazy savings on it. You know what I'm saying? And life changing goals, but it's like you're not gonna be able to use that. All right. Let me go ahead and go back and get a scripture here. This is Proverbs 16:16. It says, how much better is it to get wisdom than gold, and to get understanding rather than to be chosen than silver. All right, so you get wisdom, knowledge, and understanding from Yahweh Shema Shai. It's far much better. It's far much better to get wisdom, man. Okay, it's far much better. It's not a comparison. Silver and gold just don't match up. Okay, but like I said, it's better to get the word of Yahweh Shema Shai. Like I said, it's smart to go ahead and get some. If you got a few little gold chains, gold rings, silver chains, you got some silver bullion, it's smart to have. I'm not going to tell you not to do it. I'm just telling you, don't go crazy and don't be investing all your value into this. Okay, all of your wealth, all of your increase into this. All right. Proverbs 8:10 says, "Receive my instruction and not silver, and knowledge rather than choice gold." Okay. I saw a verse that I wanted to get to. Oh, and there's another one like this too. I don't know if I took a picture of it, but this is First Kings 20:3. It says, "Thy silver and thy gold is mine; the wives also and thy children, even the goodliest are mine." So the silver and the gold ultimately belongs to the Lord anyway. The Lord can do what He wants with it. He created it, right? They even say silver and gold is God's money, right? And silver, they said silver is the poor man's gold, right? So that's probably why he's telling you to get silver, because it's much more affordable. Like, as we said before, it triples and doubles. Because as we see inflation coming, do I believe this is really going to happen? Absolutely. Is silver and gold going to triple and double? Yeah, you're going to see it skyrocket in price, man. As we're entering 2025, you're about to see, Lord willing, we're about to see the beginning of. We're about to see more of the downfall of Babylon. We're about to see. I did an article a couple months ago about how they believe starting January. Now it's up to the Lord, obviously. They said, but they believe starting January, each month is supposed to start doubling in hyper in inflation. So 50% each month, your inflation is supposed to go up by 50%, which is a lot, man. Which is a lot. Okay, that's a big amount. So if gas is, let's say gas is $3. Gas is $3. That means 1 month is gonna be $3.50. I mean, no shit. Actually, about 50%. That means it's gonna go up $1.50. So $4.50 the next month. All right. Then it go up another half by that. So $2.25. Then it'll go up. What's that? 6.75. You see what I'm saying? So they say about 50%. So imagine this on different types of goods like groceries. Imagine this on any type of payments that you could be making. Things could change drastically in this place, man. And we're going to see it. We're going to see Jacob's trouble. We're going to see the beginning. We're seeing the fall of America. And so things might seem like they got it better for a moment, but now that this holiday season is over, these people be messed up out here. You know, the Lord is about to start bringing His judgments. But this is Zephaniah 1:18. Neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath. Right? Yahweh Shema Shai's wrath. Okay, and silver is kasap, by the way. That's the word for silver, kasap. Um, and I was about to say something about kasap too, but yeah, silver is kasap. Shekels is shequal. Just to give you some Hebrew terms there for money. It says, but that's not gonna be able to deliver you in the day of the Lord's wrath. In the day of Yahweh Shemashah's wrath, you're not gonna be able to use no silver to get you on a chariot. You're not gonna be able to use no gold to purchase you a ticket or not get judged by the Lord. All right. So even let's even say somehow your silver and your gold did get you through all your worldly troubles. When it's time to get saved, you can't pay the Most High with silver and gold to be delivered, to be helped. You know, Robert Kiyosaki, like I said, I believe he's a Jake. He still got a shaved face. The man is in his probably his 60s by now. He still got a shaved face. You think he's paying attention to the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High? No, he's living his life as a heathen, right? Who tapped into the financial world and started trying to stay ahead of the financial curve. But what happened when it all break down? He will take the C hip just so he can stay ahead of the game. Lest he repent, man. Now if he is a heathen, hey, that's up to the Lord. But I don't believe he is. But if he is a heathen, hey, man, I guess that's where he should be putting his energy, because the Lord ain't for the heathen right now, ever actually. They got their time where they ruling, but I'm saying he's not for the heathen, because the time for the nation of Israel, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, it's our time, and the Lord is blessing His elect right now. All right, but it says going back to Zephaniah, it says But the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy, for he shall make even a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land. You see that? So the Lord says he gonna destroy all of America, and he gonna make a speedy riddance of those that live here. All right, they gotta go. So you think your silver, your gold is gonna be able to be your solid investment to be able to save you from all your troubles? You're like, silver, buy silver, buy silver. Hey, yeah, buy it, but have faith that if you don't have it, then you're gonna be all right. You know, anything that we don't have in the time of Jacob's trouble, even if it was something that you was stocking up with, right? Whatever you don't have, it's gonna be all right because the Lord says He's gonna protect us. He's gonna give us what we need. If for some reason silver may be what you need in a certain situation, the Lord might have you end up with a bag of silver, and then you might need access to get into a certain state. And they be like, well, if you got, you know, five silver coins, we'll let you through. The Lord might you might have fallen upon a bag with 5 silver coins in it. You know, but however it's gonna work out, the Lord's gonna work it out. You know, and that's where our faith comes in. All right. But this is the other one I was talking about. This is Haggai 2:8. It says, "The silver is mine and the gold is mine," said the Lord of hosts. So all of this, like we said, they be trying to say it's God's money. They say that meaning that they don't mean what I'm about to say. They mean that it's a higher level currency than paper. They're saying it's natural created, it's natural wealth. That's what they mean by saying it's God's money. But what they don't realize is it's literally God's money. That's his money, right? He created that. So it's literally at any point he can choose to do with it whatever he wants to. So the world is just using the Most High's money, but it is his. He owns it all. So he can easily take it away. He can disintegrate it. He can bring it back together. He can melt it. He can give it to another man at his own will. That's literally his, man. Okay? Let me go back here and see. He said a little bit more in the article. I know it was one point that he said that I wanted to get. Let me see here. It was a play he made about electronic devices. Yeah, let me see it. Yep. He says, it says, investing in silver to balance a portfolio, replace impulse or wasteful spending. Now, this portion I really do agree with him on, right? And it gave me some perspective as well. But it says, when asked about the value of silver bullion in terms of an investment, Walker gestured toward the notion that one could replace a great deal of unwanted clutter in the house and replace impulse spending by buying a few ounces of metals instead. It's a form of fiscal restraint and a modest investment, he said. Every time, let's say, you place a takeout order for one person, that's at least a half an ounce of silver you could have had in your safe. Instead of spending your hard-earned cash on a fancy electronic toy that will be used once and then take up space in the closet, consider investing in yourself in the long term. All right, now I did think that was sound advice. Okay, I thought that was sound advice. It's true because you will just go and be buying food that you may not need. You know, we're all guilty of it. Buying a new electronic toy, something that you had your eye on. You know, and that's a cut to me because I've had my eye recently on one or two electronic toys. So I'm like, damn, you know, this is a good idea. He's right because a lot of times electronics, things like that cost a lot of money. Besides, like your phone or like your television, you don't really use stuff like that. Like, you know, like of course you got things you need maybe for work. So but like tablets, laptops, gaming systems, a lot of that stuff you don't really, you know, you might dabble with it, you know, but you ain't really using that thing like you're using your phone, right? It's not really a something that needs to be necessarily had. They're just nice to have them when they're nice to have them, you know. Like I have a laptop now. I do use it scarcely. Like some of my old jobs required me to use it more, things like that. But a lot of times when I needed a laptop for my job, they provided it for me. So my laptop became just as a thing of addition. You know what I'm saying? Like if I need it for something personally, things like that. It just comes in a clutch. But it's not like I'm using that thing every day, you know? So I get that sentiment, you know? Um, there are wiser things, and I've been, obviously there are wiser things you can do with your money. I've always been, I always tell brothers something I learned a while back. When you get paid, stop always. The first thing people do when they get paid is pay your bills. That's the first thing Esau has put in your mind to do. When you get paid, pay me. Right? That's how you trying to be like the Most High too. But in reality, what you're supposed to do is first you pay the Most High, right? You pay your tithes. That's the first thing you should be doing when you're getting paid. The Lord talks about having the first fruits. The first fruits of your check should go to the Most High. So that's the first thing you should do. Which none of these guys ever exercise until talk about that portion, right? What about investing in the Most High? Now I know your tithes, go away, but you invest in spiritual riches by doing that. I mean, we storing up our treasures in heaven. That's really tithes. The financial aspect is really a show of faith. So the Lord stores up your faith more so than those actual dollars. All right. But then the second person you should pay is yourself. So you should always be taking a couple of dollars, putting them in saving, or a couple of dollars, investing in something, even though we know the society's going to crash, and things like crypto and stocks are going to ultimately end in the C-HIP connection somehow. But to have some type of investment in yourself is wisdom. All right. And then if you want to pay Esau, pay your bills off, and get what you need, fair enough, right? But don't be getting your check and just automatically start paying Esau, man. That shit will break you, and I get it. And sometimes if your rent is due, and your rent $1,500, and your check is only $1,450. If you gotta pay your rent and then have that $50 just so you can eat and get gas, now that's fair. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about the checks where you have a little surplus, and you can mess around with. That's what you can do. So you just use wisdom in it. But this is Proverbs. I'm sorry, I'm starting to get stuffy. I think it's because I got this fan in my face. Proverbs 11:4. Riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death. You see, so riches it's not going to profit you in the day of wrath, man. Righteousness is what's going to deliver you from death. It's going to get you out of them situations. Excuse me. All right. Riches ain't going to help you in a day of death. So, like I say, even if Jacob's trouble, somehow you got your silver shekels and it helping you, when it really get real, righteousness was going to deliver you. Right? So get your silver, man. But don't be going crazy listening to these people thinking they're giving you the most sound advice about finances, about silver and gold. Your best finances is investing in your spiritual journey, is investing in Yahweh Shemal Shai, investing into your faith, investing into the brothers. That's the best you can do with. If you want to make an investment, invest in that. All right. But, and I'm wrong getting you some silver. I'm just, like I said, I'm just trying to make that clear. I'm gonna read this in the NLT. I mean, KJV first. But then I want to read this one in the NLT, and I'll wrap it up after this. It's gonna be the Book of James 5, and 1-3, maybe 1-4. We'll see here. It says, "Go to now, ye rich men, and weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasure together for the last days." All right, so I'm going to read down the NLT. It says, "Look here, you rich people. Weep and groan with anguish because of all the terrible troubles ahead of you." You see, the Lord's let them know that there are terrible troubles to come. Far more than what they think about. Far more than the actions that they think. They think it's like, oh, just inflation, and this is how to keep you safe. Let me buy a gun, let me prep. Bro, they have no idea the terrible troubles that are coming. And they're going to weep and they're going to groan with anguish. It says, "Your wealth is rotting away, And that's a man who got money. If he see his wealth riding away, he think that's his whole persona. That's what makes him. So if he don't got money, he's gonna feel at the bottom. Your wealth is rotting away, and your fine clothes are moth-eaten rags. You see, Jacob Stroh, they go see all them nice Gucci clothes and Prada and Yves Saint Laurent and all that kind of stuff. It's gonna be like rags. They're gonna realize they don't have no value no more. It says your gold and silver have become worthless. You see that? So that's what's gonna happen. This gold and silver is gonna become worthless. You might not even be able to use silver and gold. Well, shit, if they implement the CHIP, they might be like, nah, we don't accept that here, bro. It said man shall not be able to buy nor sell, save he that had the mark. So, your gold and silver are gonna become worthless. All right? There's nothing you can do with them. It says, the very wealth you were counting on, see that? The very wealth you were counting on will eat away your flesh like fire. All right? So the very wealth you were depending on, it's gonna be destroying you. Okay? The very wealth you counted on, that was where they placed all of their stock. They put all of their chips on that. So they're going to get the chip. But Lord willing, we be those men, we gonna be able to resist the temptation. We know our silver and gold. So what if it becomes worthless? We got our silver and gold is in Yahweh Shemal Shai. All right. It says this treasure you have accumulated will stand as evidence against you on the day of judgment. So it's basically like, Lord, like I know all of these riches that you have, but they're not gonna be able to. There's gonna be evidence against you on the day of the Most High. All right. It says, matter of fact, I'll read verse 4. It says, for listen, NLT, hear the cries of the field workers whom you have cheated of their pay. The wages you held back cry out against you. The cries of those harvest your fields have reached the ears of the Lord of heaven's armies. All right. Tazabawah, that's the Lord of Sabaoth, right? Which is how about Shemal Shai? Really, who are those people? We're the workers, man. Right? And we be calling on Yahweh Shemal Shai, letting them know what Esau, Edom has been doing in this place, man. And they cheat us out of our literal pay too. Like when you got jobs, man, I'm not gonna get into it, but imagine you sell a service, and a service is $150 per month. But imagine only getting $5 or $10 off of that service. Now it may seem like a good thing, but really, who's the company is winning, right? You thinking you're doing okay, but the company is winning. They're getting way more than the people who are putting in the hard work and labor to be able to get those services provided. You see, so and now we've been cheated out of everything, man. We've been cheated out of our land, cheated out of our jobs, cheated out of our rent payments. Everything costs more. Right, and it's only going to get worse, but Esau Edom has done a great number on the judgment of this world, and it's going to be a testament against him in these last days. It's going to be evidence against him. And the same wealth that he was expected to help him out is going to become worthless, And that's what we're seeing and understanding. Get the hell up out of here, man. And we're not about to keep being in a position of subjection, and we ain't going to have to keep worrying about money and rent and things like that. All of that's but a couple thing of the past really soon. So, hey, brothers and sisters, if you want to get some silver, go ahead, do it. Just don't make that your livestock, right? It says wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of your times, which is far better than silver and gold. It says the fear of the Lord is his treasure. So our buddy is the fear of the Lord. That's what we gonna bank on. So, hey, I pray, Lord willing, that this lesson was edifying. I want to give all the praise, all the honor and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. And peace and mercy to the elect. Until next time.